This is the Spanish Grand Prix, one of the most exciting Grand Prix of the 16 race calendar which we go through in 2001. We are live, we are looking at the fastest motorcycling show, the fastest motorsport show on the planet, in the galaxy even. Julian Ryder is alongside me. My name is Toby Moody up here in the commentary box. Randy Mamola is already positioned down at turn 1 with our mobile microphone. And we have got Valentino Rossi starting from pole. Loris Capirossi, Tiger Terrier indeed, second position. Norick Abe, unbelievable starter when the lights go green in third place. And Super Onya Shinya Nakano making it 2 Yamahas on the front row of 4 people.
If you watched qualifying, there were 2 absentees. Olivier Jacques' wrist, too bad to let him start, and Vladimir Kashka, the Czech and Slovak, I beg his pardon, on the pattern, not here either. They packed up and gone home. For Britain's Leon Haslam, a brilliant 16th. Chris Walker 17th, but quicker in warm-up this morning than he was in qualifying by a few tenths. Jason Vincent lost 1 session, but still got around in 1:46.2 for 20th on the grid.
And improved yesterday by nearly 2 seconds over his Friday first qualifying time. There is Valentino Rossi. He has leading the championship at the moment with a 100% tally of 50 points in the title chase. And what a chase it is to try and catch somehow Valentino Rossi. He's on pole, but what about Capirossi? Abe, keep an eye on him on the front row. Shinya Nakano, he has been 5th, he's been 4th, but now it's Spain, round 3. Action going to get underway. Oh, brilliant start from Norick Abe. Fantastic, he's going to get the whole shot, surely. They're charging down to turn 1. Shinya Nakano, Japanese 1-2. Shinya Nakano in second place. Roberts up there in 4th or 5th position, streaming around turn 1. Norick Abe, we always say he's a good starter. Rossi takes second position. And look at Jürgen van der Gerberg from 9th position. The bloke is a total and utter hero. He's in 4th, Julian says. He's absolutely right. Fantastic start from Jürgen. 5 places made up in 2 corners.
This is what we expected from the Proton with Jürgen van der Gerberg on it. He's going to harry V4s, and there'll be a wolfish Dutch grin under that crash helmet. I'm going to look at that KR pit when I dare take my eyes off this screen. On board with little Loris.
Just about to come past the reigning world champion Kenny Roberts into the bottom corner. Look at Norick Abe. He loses the lead to Valentino Rossi. Capirossi right up on the inside, somehow getting through with his teammate on the West Honda machine. Rossi leads, Abe second, Nakano third, van der Gerberg 4th. 5th is Kenny Roberts on the movie star Suzuki, and then there is Loris Capirossi 6th, Barros 7th.
That's about the size of it. Great stuff from Valentino, great stuff from Jürgen. And we'll stay with the leaders as Abe looks cool in second place. And van der Gerberg's defended that position so brilliantly. He's got to get a toe down the front straight, though, to avoid being mugged wholesale at turn 1.
It's not a fire, it's just the fireworks that are going off on the side of the track. The tracas, as they would say locally here in Spain. We come round to complete the first lap of 27 laps here in Spain, and look at the lead that Valentino Rossi has got. He's coming into the last corner now. Randy Mamola is at turn 1. They're coming right towards you now. Rossi made a good manoeuvre on Nakano first lap, didn't he, to get up there in the lead.
Hey Toby, I can't quite what's on television screen, going, but Rossi's seems to be eking out just a little bit. Abe's trying to hang with him as they go into turn 2.
Okay, you're breaking up a little, but we got the second half of that. Thanks for reporting out there in the field, as they say. Rossi leading, continuing to lead and pulling out. My goodness me, he's pulling out as they go up the hill towards Cito Pons corner. Rossi from Abe, from Nakano, from Jürgen van der Gerberg.
Worst start from Haga, went from 10th to 16th on lap 1 after the first time he'd out-qualified Gary McCoy, his teammate. Oh, push and shove there. Lots of fighting going on around Jürgen van der Gerberg in 4th place.
I think it was a Roberts in there as well. Yes. Oh, Jürgen van der Gerberg gone back. Roberts up into 4th position ahead of Loris Capirossi 5th. Barros 6th. Van der Gerberg 7th.
No. And did you get both the Honda Pons bikes in?
Yes. Right. Meanwhile, Rossi leads.
That'll do, Toby. Oh, sorry to jump all over you there. Abe hanging on well in second place. Shinya Nakano. What a class act that is. 3rd place. Van der Gerberg lost 3 places on the second lap so far. But I think when he gets that lightweight triple going, he's going to peg one or two of them back.
Now, Kenny Roberts was second fastest in the warming-up session this morning, and Roberts, who we are riding on board with at the moment, the reigning world champion, 7th in the championship at the moment, is on... Sorry, we're on board with Loris Capirossi. I'm talking drivel. Roberts is ahead of us. Sorry, my apologies. Roberts is ahead of us in 5th position. Roberts onto the home straight, completing lap 2. Rossi continues to lead. This time it's by 3/4 of a second. Into turn 1 for the 3rd time of asking.
And you can see Jurgen van der Gerber getting beaten up by the V4s down the front straight.
There's Gary McCoy passing him.
That's it. Here's Rossi's lead, 0.76 of a second at the end of lap 2 of the 27. 3/4 of a second and small change already for the championship leader.
Into the stadium section he comes, drifting that thing, but up to Sito Pons corner he comes, drifting that rear end of the Honda just a little. The Honda, of course, engineered by the predominantly Australian crew that guided Michael Doohan to those 5 World Championships, with Jerry Burgess in control of the clipboard.
That's the man. And look at 4th place. There goes Capirossi in front of Roberts, with Barros next along. So the Honda Pons bikes 4th and 6th, sandwiching the movie star Suzuki of reigning world champ Kenny Roberts, the man who won here in a rain-interrupted race last year.
By less than 1 second. It was so close on the aggregate standings.
From Carlos Checa, who is currently beaten up and battered, but out there in 13th place.
There is Roberts, number 1, followed by Alex Barros, the Brazilian rider. Barros in 6th position as we speak. They go around the stadium section. Chris Walker is in 14th position. He's just behind Carlos Checa. Leon Haslam had a not too good a start from a fantastically brilliant qualifying session that saw him quicker than some V4s and easily the quickest V-twin.
Yes, he's in 18th place now. Anthony West, his competition in the V-twin stakes, is 16th. Rossi, 0.75 of a second, because Abe went fractionally quicker than him last time round, but the quickest man on the track is number 65, Loris Capirossi, with a 1:43.8.
Well, what can we say about Valentino Rossi, winner of the 125 title and then the 250 in his 2nd year of asking in each of those championships. But Loris Capirossi, the fastest man on the racetrack at the moment, on a 1:43.8. The field stringing out a little, but it looks like Abe's reeling Rossi in little by little.
Took a few hundredths out of him last time round, and looks like he is continuing that charge. And the fight is now for 3rd place, because Nakano has Loris Capirossi lining him up on the Honda. Oh, Honda power, thank you very much. Mirror signal manoeuvre straight past him, and Shinya is back to 4th place, and Loris Capirossi, Toby used the right word about him, what a tiger he is. Remember South Africa,
where he made a comeback. What are we seeing now?
Yeah, we're seeing from a iffy start from 2nd place on the grid, Loris Capirossi just edging his way in front of Nakano, and now thinking about jumping the gap to Norik Abe.
Right then, we are on lap 4 of 27. There's Sito Pons, team boss for Loris Capirossi, as they come back towards the pits. There is Kenny Roberts. Roberts in 5th position as we speak, just coming around to complete lap 4. Rossi is being reeled in by Norik Abe. That looks like less than 0.75 of a second if you ask me, but we'll find out quantitatively in just a moment as they cross the line. Julian's impressed with a big word like that on a Sunday afternoon.
0.3 of a second, and again Loris Capirossi is the fastest man on the track. We have a crasher. That is Barry Veneman, I think, the Dutchman, off his V-twin. It is indeed. He qualified 21st out of 22, an early bar for the Dutchman.
Well, Randy, if you can hear us, I know that you're a long way away and the reception might be a bit dodgy, but we'll endeavour to get this mended. We're going to take a quick break. We will be back with you in just a moment, as we're looking to maybe have a change of the lead. We're going to stay on this. We're going to stay on this. We're on lap 5 of 27. Brilliant race by Abe, Randy.
Absolutely. I was just going to ask Montoya, keep cutting out here.
You're braking. If you can come a bit closer.
Yeah, no. One's actually holding the end now.
You're going to have to come a bit closer,
yeah,
I'm afraid.
Try to walk down this way a little bit here, Juan. Juan, what do you think about your first Grand Prix of motorcycles in turn 1?
Oh, it's been pretty exciting, especially looking at the start, everything quite good. And you know, 500 race, it looks very exciting. The most exciting one so far is in the 125. It's just very close battle.
But you can see now Abby's going to make this a tough race.
You know, Rossi could walk away with the last 2 races, and with this one, it's going to be quite interesting to see what happens.
Juan, thanks for talking with us.
No problem.
That's Juan Pablo Montoya, the Williams BMW Formula One driver and reigning Indy 500 champion. This is Spain, this is Jerez, and this is the bike championship, the Formula One of the bikes, if you want to call it that.
I think it's a very fair comparison.
I think it's bang on the money, actually, even if I say so myself.
And superbikes are the sports cars or touring cars.
Rossi leads the Grand Prix machines, though, but Arbe's reeling him in. The gap was 0.32, it's now 0.34. There's a bit of a lull in the Rossi attack by that man, but Arbe is reeling them in.
But Capirossi, again, the quickest of the front 3. And there he is, the black bike in the back of your picture. It's going to be a 3-man fight for the lead when you come back and join us from this short advertising break.
On the racetrack. 5, 4. On the racetrack. On the racetrack. 1, 2. GSX R1000.
The new Elantra. With front and side airbags, ABS and EBD braking systems. It's reassuringly safe, because beauty should always be more than skin deep. Hyundai, prepare to want one.
Back live to the MotoGP with Suzuki. Ride the winds of change.
Jose Luis Cardoso retires from the Spanish 500cc Grand Prix as we look at Valentino Rossi continuing to pile away in the lead. For British fans, we are sorry to report, as you rejoin us, that Chris Walker has retired. He has fallen off his Shell Advance Honda V4, and it looked very battered from our brief television pictures of it whilst we're on the break. But unfortunately, he's taking no further part in the race. However, Rossi gets out of the seat for the first time. That's going to send a few alarm bells ringing, maybe, even in Valentino Rossi's very accomplished and talented head.
Absolutely, and you can see that Capirossi's closing. Here's the 4th place fight, led by Nakano, from Roberts, from Barros. Then it's Max Biaggi from Torukawa, with Alex Crivier, his Repsol teammate, right in his wheel tracks in 9th place. Then there's a gap of a couple of seconds back to Gary McCoy, who's in front of Seti Gibernau. Hager is 12th, and de Gerberg has been shuffled back to 13th, and Carlos Checa 14th, Anthony West 15th, Jay Vincent 16th, Leon Haslam 17th, Stiggy in 18th, and then Mark Willis is the last man out there in 20th place.
The Australian doing a sterling job on the Pulse V4 after a frame problem on Friday, which was really, I think, a quality control problem with the frame. But all was rectified late into the night on Friday night. Brilliant work being done by Pulse Grand Prix team.
To both Jay's and Mark's bikes.
Strip them right down to the bare metal. Over the line they go. We complete lap 7 of 27, and we are now on lap 8. What did I say that for? Of course 8 comes after 7. Silly question. silly statement. Yes, at least I admit it.
Yeah, we got there, Toby. Right with you on that one. The gap, 0.4 of a second as they went over the line between first and second. Honda leads Yamaha. 3rd place, another Honda. 4th place, a second Yamaha. 5th place, Suzuki, Kenny Roberts. Norik Arbe is not going to let this one lie, is he? Good stuff to see from Norik. Currently 4th in the championship, having finished 4th and 5th in the first 2 GPs. Remember, in South Africa, he led early on, led for quite a chunk of the race, before being shuffled back late on, especially by Ukawa and Nakano, his fellow countrymen.
Down to the bottom hairpin they go. the tight right-hander. Norwick shadowing. 3 Grand Prix wins to his name at the moment. 2 in Japan, 1 in Rio.
South Africa or Rio? South Africa. Rio, you're right.
I know, because I was there.
You were there, weren't you? I wasn't. I was watching on telly. That is not 0.4 of a second. That's 0.4 of a nanosecond.
That's 0.4 of a gigarapid.
That's the one right between those two at the moment.
Shuffle.
Very much so. Capirossi was 1.8 seconds behind the leader, 1.4 seconds behind Arbe when they went over the line last time. That gap looks to maybe have, if not constant, gone up fractionally.
Jürgen van der Gerberg, who we saw brilliantly up there in 4th, 5th position at the start of the race, has unfortunately slipped to, unlucky for him, 13th position at the moment on the Banbury-built 3-cylinder machine.
And Mick Doohan just looking as his, I suppose, charge in some ways. Valentino Rossi keeps the lead from Norwick Arbe's Yamaha.
Right on him now, Julian.
And Capirossi is 0.4 of a second closer than he was last time round. I thought the gap was going up. It's not. Loris is much closer.
Well, Valentino Rossi has a medium compound front tyre, and he also has a medium compound rear tyre, which is exactly the same as Norwick Arbe. Difference, of course, machines.
Tell me about Capirossi in 3rd place if you have the time.
Same tyres as 1st and 2nd.
And Rossi definitely getting squirrely, and the Yamaha of Arbe looking much more settled as the power went down out of that sequence of corners.
Difference is the Honda just gets that jump on the Yamaha in the first half of the straight, as we have so regularly seen.
Over the years.
Decades almost, as they really
Indeed.
look up.
Pause for breath as we absorb the gaps there. Capirossi losing another 10th to the leading duo. Well, a 10th to the leader. He's in range though, Loris Capirossi. Remember Velcom. Don't discount the little terrier yet.
Quiet before the storm as we look upon Norwick Arbe's 2nd position. He's really up there fighting hard. Spanish team, Spanish sponsor, remember. Although the Japanese motorcycle, well, they're the same underneath as the Red Bull Yamahas.
And here is 4th place Shinji Nakano, still with Roberts in 5th, Alex Barros and Max Biaggi forming a queue behind him.
Randy Momola is out there and in range.
Yeah, well, I'm actually looking at the double right-hand corners right in the back of the straight here, in the back of the paddock on top of one of these trucks.
Okay.
And Laura seems to be really closing up on the fast curves, especially just before the last corner. So you guys can tell me as they cross the line just now how much he's closed up.
He hasn't, it's 1.5 the gap.
Well, he did a 44.4 compared with Arbe's 44.6, I think is the answer to Randy's question.
Absolutely. You know, Abbey seems to be able to hound him through the tighter corners, but when Rossi gets that Honda wound up, it seems to just stretch just a little bit as they go through the double right at the back of the paddock here.
Okay,
the wind is really starting to pick up, and it's really going to start to cause a little bit of havoc going through these double rights.
Right, well, they're just going over the top of the hill through the Cito Pons corner, the leaders about whom I'm talking. Rossi's had a couple of rear-end moments on screen that we have seen, Randy, whilst you've been moving around the racetrack. Now, the first 3 have got exactly the same tyre combinations as we pick up with Max Biaggi passing Alex Barros, and through, but wide, but all over, and loses 2 places almost. And the Spanish fans cheer because they realise that Alex Crivier has gone up 1 place to 7th place by my quick mental arithmetic.
I think you're right, Toby. Max looking a bit desperate out of all shapes on the brakes. And indeed, Crivier, as you can see there, Repsol Honda number 28 in front of Marlboro Yamaha number 3.
Right, we're looking at the Crivier battle and the Max Biaggi battle, Randy, as they're coming out of the quick right-hander towards you. The leaders approaching and through.
Yeah, absolutely. Now I'm actually in front of a television screen, and boy, that's a great group shot of all these guys. And the former world champion right there, Alex Crivier, finally moving up through these guys. But, you know, in qualifying, everybody doing a lot of 44s, and this is what the train is all about. The other 3 are on the move.
Now, the leading 3 have the same tyre combinations. Is this track a tyre chewer? Is it a tyre muncher? Or what does this track do after 27 laps of high-level racing?
Well, you know, the past years, the races have been fast. So it's going to be I'm anxious to see and how the tires are going to last. I noticed that Loris Capirossi through the double left seemed to be moving more than Abe and Valentino Rossi.
Okay, then we concentrate on the battle for 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th and 8th and 9th position. Here at Jerez, we are on lap 11 of 27. Norikabe chases Valentino Rossi over the top of the hill. We are on lap 12 of 27. Down the straight they go, hard on the brakes. There is Capirossi in third on the black machine. And then there is Nakano, doing a solid job there, but here comes Crivier. Crivier sends a cheer up through the crowds. Now 6th position for the 99 world champion.
And the leading duo pulling away from Loris Capirossi in 3rd place. They now have over 2 seconds on him. We're concentrating obviously on the 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th place dice at the moment. Max Biaggi in 8th place. The red bike on the back of your picture, and Toyokawa 9th on Honda number 11. Just hanging on the back there despite that big get-off yesterday.
The fans seeing that Crivier has picked off another position, getting to their feet, and now he's going to be picking off Kenny Roberts, question mark.
Well, he enjoyed doing it in South Africa very much indeed. After the race, when the race finished, the flag went out, Alex reacted like he got on the rostrum again. And he beat Roberts and he beat Biaggi, and now he's lining up the reigning world champion again. Now, what's the gap between these two at the front of the field? 0.3. 0.2 or 0.3. The fans get to their feet in front of us in that grandstand. I didn't see the back of your picture as Crivier is right on Roberts' case. Into
and he's going to go
one.
And through. So clean a manoeuvre as he goes into turn 1. That gets them rousing to their feet. Alex Crivier on a charge. I did say, as he goes up to 5th, did say that we could see something special from him. Yep. 5th position for Crivier. He's on a charge, Randy.
Absolutely. What I'm going to do in a couple of moments is just get a comment from Luis Dantine about how nervous he is about right now.
Team boss, of course, for Norikabe, who's currently in 2nd position. For British fans, Randy has been into the Shell Advance Honda garage to try and grab a word with Chris Walker, although he has not returned from unfortunately falling off his bike. Unless you've got further news.
No. Well, I'm actually in the Antena 3 garage with Cardoso. Cardoso, what happened to your bike?
Yeah, really bad lap because from the second lap, we can say, I've been the problem with the gearbox. When trying to chip down, the bike was not possible to chip down, also for chip on the straight, and then I finished the race for me.
All right, well, bad luck, and let's get back and watch this very exciting race, yeah?
Yeah, for me it's very exciting race because in the home Grand Prix, and I have very much motivation and illusion for making a good result here, but the race like this, and I hope for next one will make a good result.
All right, thank you for talking with us.
Thank you too.
Very professional indeed as he looks down upon his teammate, of course, Norikabe there, still chasing Valentino Rossi in 2nd place.
And interesting how Rossi, as you mentioned in qualifying, using all of the rumble strips and nearly more, was Arbe and the Yamaha, again, it's what we say about the Yamaha all the time, using that one, a foot or two less tarmac. Look, we said about Norik, looking neater. It's not an adjective you apply to him all the time on a motorbike. And look at the gap Crivier has put on Roberts, and he's now heading for Nakano, who has 4th place. And that's it. You're going to hear the crowd getting aerated. That's what it's about. And Norik will not let go. A quarter of a second or so. The gap, 0.2, 0.3, it doesn't matter.
I'm with Luis Dantine. Luis, you must be very happy right now, but very nervous as well.
Sure, very nervous, but Norik now his riding is perfect, incredible. I'm very happy for him, very happy.
You know, in qualifying, you've been doing a great job trying to get him farther and farther up. He made a great start, and now he's the only one able to hang with Valentino right now.
Yes, this is right, but just, you know, now we need to make...
Oh, he's going through! He's going through, sorry to jump on all of you, right at the place where we didn't expect it.
Incredible, now I don't... okay, Rossi, he brakes so late, and then Norik, okay, pass him, perfect.
It was funny, it was so funny because his...
And he's through again, Randy!
Yeah, he was so funny because Dantine's looking away from the TV, and his guys grabbed the back of him, and he turned around, he was so excited, but there's this boy out there leading this race. Valentino taking a long look over his shoulder to see where Loris is.
3.6 seconds behind him.
No, there's Max Biaggi in the gravel. It's all going off. It's a bit Pete Tong here, for say the least, for Max Biaggi. He goes from 8th further down the order. Norikabe leads in Spain after Radney was speaking to his team boss right at the moment when he took the lead. The Spanish fans are on their crowd. Mick sees himself on TV as Valentino goes across the line. Arbe leads from Rossi by 0.325 of a second, and then we have to wait till Capirossi, who is still 3rd. Nakano and Crivier are very close indeed with 4th and 5th positions. Abe continues to scythe ahead as we see Caparossi losing third. So that means that Nakano is
and
third.
Crivier will be right on him.
Crivier's fourth. Crivier's got half a chance of a podium. He's got more than half a chance of a podium.
Has Rossi got a problem?
Has Rossi maybe gone too far, too quick, too early? We don't know. There's no ship-to-shore radio. They're on the same tyres.
It looks very squirrely.
There is a different. They are. We have got the different bikes.
Yeah, they did come off that right-hander squirreling a bit because Abbey's now trying to pick up the pace now that he's in the lead. I think he was just sitting there watching and biding his time. He felt really comfortable. There's Crivier trying to make a move on Nakano, and you can hear the people around this racetrack really getting fired up.
Hear them. I can feel the whole grandstand shaking, thumping.
Remember what happened at France, our next Grand Prix last year? Crivier won it. He's winding up here, maybe a rostrum here. He's shown little flashes all season of the old Alex Crivier, and what he needed obviously was a bit of Andalusian sunshine on his back to really light the spark. Nakano there in third place now, and Crivier closing it, and the stadium section of the track, you can hear them yelling in our commentary box through the glass, through our earphones.
As they come through, the quick right-handers at the back of the mix, there you see the crowd seeing their hometown hero nearly on the podium. He's in fourth at the moment. Get the charge. Now Yamaha of Shinya Nakano. Let's not take anything away from him. He's never been on the podium. This is his third 500cc Grand Prix, and he's on the podium at the moment, but we have got a long way to go. Norikabe leads from Valentino Rossi. We're going to have a manoeuvre here from Alex Crivier, who goes up on the inside and he's through. Crivier is up onto the podium, third position. The crowd reacting as if he's win, but Nakano's fighting back. Will he have the acceleration? No, not quite. Not quite. So, Alex Crivier rejuvenated, just totally and utterly riding like the wind up into third.
Capirossi came past in ninth place after that excursion. Wonderful stuff. Well, you've got to say about this man, Norikabe, he pressured Rossi into the mistake.
And we're going to have a change of lead here as well as we get the drive of the Honda down the back. No, yes, he's got the inside line. No, he's going to be easing off on the brakes. So, I thought that Rossi had him lined up there. Maybe he did.
Maybe it was a rehearsal.
Yeah, absolutely, guys. That's just a rehearsal, I think, about what's the shape is going to happen towards the end of this race. Again, we still got 12 laps remaining, and when it gets down to the 3 or 4 lap barrier is when Abbey's going to really have to turn the screw on.
It certainly is. Everybody's going to have to turn the screw on. Indeed, we come into the stadium section, into the right-hander. I tell you what, Norikabe winning in Spain, a rejuvenated Norikabe, a new Norikabe.
I've never ever seen him ride this neatly. It is exceptional stuff from Norik. As Luis Dantin, his team manager, said, he's riding perfectly. I can't do it with that splendid Madrid accent that Luis has. I'd like to be able to, though.
Madrid, the capital city of the world.
And here is the Madrid-based team. Luis Dantin's Antena 3 Yamaha squad leading the Spanish Grand Prix by 0.2 of a second from Valentino Rossi's Honda. It's Crivier in third.
Crivier in third is now 5.4 seconds back of Abe. Crivier did a 44.9. Abe and Rossi 45.7. 0.8 of a second advantage over the leading duo that Alex Crivier has. That's a lot to ask of Alex Crivier. Let us not delude ourselves, but we have got 11 laps to go.
Oh, exactly. Biaggi's come through in 12th place after his excursion, just in front of Jürgen van der Gerberg. Last point scorer Anthony West in 15th with just under a 2-second advantage over Leon Haslam.
We're on board with Valentino Rossi going down the back straight. The Yamaha pulling out on the second half of the straight. The Honda having the advantage on the first half of the straight, i.e. torque.
That's about the size of it, firing out the corner versus top-end power, if you like, or manageability. The Yamaha, historically, it's almost a cliche, the most manageable motorcycle out there. You can put it exactly where you want it. As Rossi closes right up, swings a bit wider than Abe in the left-hander. Now Abe's bike gets out of shape for the first time that I've noticed this race as he spins it up out of the left-hander.
But at least Norikabe can certainly hold it, hang it out there, as we've seen at Suzuka so many times before. Right then, these are our leading duo. Red, number 6, Yamaha of Norikabe, Japan's superstar, winner of 3 Grand Prix, versus Valentino Rossi, the yellow number 46 Honda. These two are fencing, as you would say, Julian. They are going to be doing, I suspect, a slow lap time. Last time they did a 1:45.7, and this time round they do a 1:45.7. What am I talking about? But here comes Alex Crivier across the line, and he closes. He's now 4.6 seconds behind the leading duo at the moment. We have got 10 laps to go.
Norikabe on Yamaha leads the Spanish Grand Prix by under 0.2 of a second from Valentino Rossi, the man with the 100% record, the championship leader. And to the inside goes Rossi, or does he? We're trying to work out what's rehearsals, what's feinting, what's advantage that a rider has on different parts of the track. Here we go again down the straight, drag race. But behind them, Alex Crivier in 3rd place took 0.6 of a second out of these 2 last time round. So they're in the 1:45s, Crivier's in the high 44s. So they haven't got too long if they keep this pace up before the ex-world champion, the 3 times winner at this racetrack, joins them.
You can make of statistics what you will, but the only Yamaha win in the 500 class here at Jerez was 1988, Steady Eddie.
Mr. Lawson, sir. And Honda, by contrast, have won just about every other race here, apart from a Schwantz and a Roberts.
11 times for Honda.
That would about add up to where we're going. The crowd in the grandstands in front of us, most of whom are people wearing Alex Crivier shirts and carrying Alex Crivier flags. Here he is, number 28, getting very excited. Oh, here's Rossi. Does he mean it this time? He does not. This is the last corner. 4.6 seconds their gap over Crivier last time round.
3.8, of course. Sorry, Julian, because that was, yes, last time round. Now it's 3.8. There are spotters, as it were, as NASCAR would say, out there on the track that can radio in the new time.
It's gone up again to 4.4, so I think they might have been some understanding of what's going on there.
Well, that time it only took 1/10 out of Abbey's time, so he hasn't made up too much of the gap. Abbey's trying to, again, keep the pace up. Right around the high 44s and the low 45s, but Crivier really is the man trying to make a move.
Good to see an ex-world champion looking like his old self, isn't it, Randy?
Absolutely, especially with all the pressure coming into this race. And I mentioned it before, you know, in Welcome, there goes Rossi looking around the outside there, but you know, in Welcome, Crivier looked much more like himself. I think with all the pressure off of him, everybody else turning to Checas and Sete Gibernau and so on, it sort of relieved him, and he's been doing his own thing. He now has his brother again, who was around him when he won the World Championship in the 125. His brother's back in the box with him, and I think he's much more comfortable.
He certainly is, and today Crivier starting from 12th position and now up to 3rd. There is certainly one of the rides of the day, but not as good as Norikabe, who continues to lead this Spanish Grand Prix. The gap behind Valentino Rossi to Alex Crivier has been reduced by nearly 1/4 of a second. And there is number 28, and ironically, as Randy mentioned a moment ago, that number 28, the same number that he used when he won the 125 championship back in '89.
And again, Rossi closes right up to him. And talking of closing up, we talk about Crivier closing these guys down. Let's not forget Shinya Nakano in 4th place, only half a second behind Alex Crivier. So it's by no means certain that Alex is looking at a rostrum. There is the fight for 3rd and 4th place.
Statistics of Shinya Nakano's 500cc career: 5th, 4th, question mark, 3rd today, or is it going to be 4th again?
But front row starts every time as well. It's a wonderful, impeccable start to a 500 career, just like his riding style. Calculated, efficient, and utterly precise.
Talking about people further down the order, in 9th position is Noriyuki Haga. He is certainly riding for a finish. He has had no points so far this year, with 2 crashes, both spectacular indeed, out of the first 2 races in Japan and South Africa in 2001. He does need a finish. Nakano's fighting back there, Julian, as you quite rightly say, on the Gauloise Yamaha. And one of the Marlboro Yamahas, Max Biaggi 12th after having gone into the gravel, and Carlos Checa nobly soldiering on in 13th position after an astronomical crash yesterday, which will leave him very, very sore and bruised. He's probably only riding this race on pure adrenaline.
Absolutely, a good adjective, Toby, because astronomical was about the height he went when that thing flicked him in the air round the back of our commentary box between turns 3 and 4. In the stadium section, Arbe still the lead hovers around. Does it matter? 0.2, 0.3 of a second between the two. This is the fight that matters to the crowd at the moment. The fight for the last rostrum spot. Crivier with only a third of a second over Shinya Nakano. I just get this feeling that Valentino Rossi is just thinking about where he's going to make his move. There he gets the gaps in front and behind, and the information there was 7 laps to go.
And it said 4.2, and officially it's now 3.9 as Rossi almost gets his front wheel taken away by Norick Arbe. Maybe the television camera foreshortened that view, and it wasn't as close as it was. Julian actually says, I don't think so, as he shakes his head. That was very, very close indeed. We have got the final 7 laps of the Spanish Grand Prix here at Jerez to complete, with Norick Arbe going like the wind and leading on his Yamaha.
On the racetrack.
5, 4,
Racetrack. The racetrack.
2.
GSX R1000.
X901, el máximo dentro, el mínimo fuera.
Power is nothing without control. Safety is everything. Pirelli.
This summer, Universal Pictures presents a world you've never imagined and an adventure you'll never forget. The Mummy returns.
Back live to the MotoGP with Suzuki. Ride the winds of change.
We're back here at Jerez with Valentino Rossi continuing to pulverize the field. He has now taken the lead ahead of Norick Arbe a few corners ago. Rossi back in control, back in charge. He led technically by 0.22 when he came across the start-finish line, and it is certainly more than that. Look at it, 20, 25 bike lengths even 30, 35 bike lengths. Extending, indeed, is the gap as they go down that back straight, and this is the manoeuvre which saw Valentino Rossi passing Norick Arbe, just got so much drive through the penultimate corner and then just did him on the brakes into the last corner, the Ducados hairpin. Now we are back with live pictures. Valentino Rossi now beginning to pulverize the rest of the field. I think, Randy, the death knell has been sounded by Valentino for the rest of the field.
Absolutely. You know, that last lap he did a 44.8. He just, when he wants to, he drops it down into the 44s. It'll be interesting to see what this next lap is. It's just about ready to complete. He's just coming through this double right.
And 44.7 from Crivier last time round, and 44.8 also for Ukawa.
Now, just to show you how close it is, there's quite a few guys, as you're saying, in the 44s. It's just this accordion thing that's going on, and it's very, very difficult to pass around here. And right now they're getting into an area where, you know, it's pretty much going to stay the same. And there's the fastest lap, the 43.7. What? What can you say?
I don't know, Randy, are you going to tell me?
Record, I mean, it's a lap record of the race, a 43.7. And he just turns it on when he needs to, and he's gone.
44.1 was the lap record.
Yes, Julian and I thinking Linus Stern there. 44.1 previously held by Kenny Roberts as the race record, of course. Somebody's slowing down there, thinking... Don't know.
No, I thought it was Happy at first.
No, there's somebody slow.
It looked like one of the pulse machines.
Oh, that's a shame. Either Willis or Vincent. We'll find out in a moment. Rossi.
It's amazing how fast he's pulled away, Toby. I mean, I actually, when you said somebody was slowing, I thought maybe something was wrong with Abe.
No. Valentino Rossi, 2-second gap, and now 2.27 second gap. Words elude us.
We're going to have to amalgamate Dajira Kato and Valentino Rossi into Di Rossi or something, I think.
The doctor.
Absolutely. The doctor.
This won't take a moment.
The doctor is in, without a doubt. Valentino Rossi, there's a visual check on the gap between himself and his first patient, Norik Abe. Alex Crivier, meanwhile, behind him has about 0.8 of a second advantage over Shinya Nakano, so plenty for the Spanish crowd to get excited about there.
Leon Haslam, 16th position for him at the moment, just one place off yet another point-scoring finish. Leon Haslam, here's a fact for you, started this race with more points than Noriyuki Haga. You just love saying it.
I do.
He did a sterling effort yesterday, did the young 17-year-old.
The bad start, though, from a good qualifying, and he's been working hard to get back, and the thing that will upset him is he's got Anthony West in front of him.
I can tell everybody Vincent was did go across the start-finish line, so it was not Vincent, so that's a good sign, and that was just Valentino going a little bit too far for my likings on that curve.
Yes, I can confirm Jay Vincent, as Randy said, not now in the race anymore.
No, he is. He crossed the line.
I'm sorry,
No, he did cross the line. It was not him slowing down.
So it's Mark Willis who has been gone past and lapped. Fair enough, so Jay Vincent not in the points.
He's running an 18th place right now.
Okay.
Thank you, Randy.
Sorry for the confusion, ladies and gentlemen. Right. Valentino Rossi has a gap over Norik Abe of 2.9 seconds. Abe has a gap over Alex Crivier, as you can see on screen, of 2.3. And he's exactly 2.3, but you couldn't do that again if you tried.
Wow, and the last lap, Crivier was nearly a second, 9/10 of a second faster than Norik. So he's got a chance here. He's catching him big time. I just saw the coming out of that last corner. Let's see if he can pick it up. If the camera will just stay on just a little longer. Can't quite see it.
So what you're saying, Randy, is Crivier's reeling in second place Abe by as good as a second a lap. The gap that he needs to make up is 2.5 seconds, and we've got 4 laps left.
Absolutely, it could be done.
Certainly could be.
And it could be. The way Alex Crivier is riding in this race, I would not bet against it. There goes Abe. There is looking just like the old world champ he is, in 3rd place. There's the old determination. There's the shapes you expect a Honda V4 with Alex Crivier on it, and on it in both senses, to make. Look at it, Randy. Has Abe fried his tyres completely or something? He is in real trouble because Nakano is only just behind Crivier.
Yeah, but he's just, Abe's just running what he can run. 45, low 45s, lap after lap. But Crivier's the one that's sticking it to him, doing the 44.5, 44.7 that last lap. And Nakano was a 44.6. But even going back to Ukawa, 44.5. Kenny Roberts is 45.7. He dropped off a bit there. But Barrow's a 44.9. So this is the only man right here that's in this race in terms of the 43s. The only one able to do that lap time.
Certainly disappearing away with matters. Rossi continues to pulverize the opposition. Alex Crivier continues to edge into the second position man, Norik Abe. But Randy, the closer you get, it seems, the easier it gets.
Yeah, absolutely, Toby. You know, I think you said before you can sniff the rider. I don't think he's quite sniffing him, but he's got his sights set just like you'd be looking down the barrel of a gun, and he's trying to get to reel him in lap after lap. And the thing is, it's much easier for Crivier to try to make up that gap, and believe me, he is making up that gap as they go into this Nieto right-hand corner, and you can hear that crowd through there.
You can indeed. You can hear them in the commentary box even though we're wearing earphones. Look at how that gap has come down over the past 5 laps, from 4.4 to under 2 seconds. And it is coming down faster than that as we look at Alex Crivier, the 1999 world champion, at work.
Closing in on Norik Abe. Rossi's away with this one. He's in another postal zone. There's the gap between 2nd, 3rd and 4th. Let us not forget Shinya Nakano on the Gulwars Yamaha, chasing hard with the number 56 machine, the lone Gulwars Yamaha, with Olivier Jacques not riding today.
1.3 seconds, Toby. That's the distance between Abe and Crivier. Crivier taking out a half a second that last lap.
2 laps to go as well, Randy, as we concentrate on the leader, Valentino Rossi. So we have got just over 5 miles of racing to go here in Spain. Round 3 of the championship. 1.3 is the gap. We take a check on one of the splits, and it stops at again 1.3. Crivier's only chipped away another 200ths of a second. Valentino Rossi on course for the hat-trick, of course, of wins in 2001. He won the first race in Japan, and he said, I'm almost embarrassed to win Honda's 500th Grand Prix victory with relatively so few results I have given them.
Absolutely. And here's the second and third place fight. Nakano just too far back in fourth to do anything about it. Hey, but third 500 Grand Prix, he's looking at 5th place, 4th place, and now another 4th place. What can you do?
Okabe gets a little bit out of shape as he comes into the stadium area for the penultimate time. It's down to 1 second. Criviano, real charge. Now, we've got about 3.5 miles to go. Norikabe going to be riding the wheels over less than a second. The crowd are on their feet.
He's reeling.
Well, they think it's all over. They don't want it to be over.
I'll take a guess, and I think he'll beat him.
Crivier
will beat him.
Really? Right then, we've got 1 more lap to go. There is Valentino Rossi. Let's not take anything away from the guys. Well, we can't take anything away. This is the battle that we're going to concentrate on. The battle for second position here at Jerez. Number 6, Norikabe, the leading Yamaha in this race, sandwiched in between 2 works, 2001 spec Honda NSR 500s. Well, what is Alex Crivier going to try and do? The gap was 0.8 of a second.
It was indeed. Nakano grimly hanging on in 4th place, but he's over a second behind Alex Crivier last time round. 0.827, that was the gap on the start-finish line. That's what the caption's giving you. It's ticking, it's gone up. Norikabe has just responded by that few hundredths of a second. That could be a vital first quarter of the last lap.
Yeah, I think the best part of the racetrack is coming up for Alex. He seems to be closing up on him through all those fast double lefts and, of course, the double right. You can see him hard on the brakes going in the hairpin. Let's hope he doesn't run a little wide. No, he doesn't.
Well controlled.
Managed to hold that in very neatly. I thought he was going to go wide as well, Randy. Now we come into the section where Randy says that Alex Crivier will be strong. Valentino Rossi will be planning the celebrations when he goes on his cooling lap. We saw him jump into a temporary toilet a couple of years ago when he was victorious in the 250cc race. Goodness only knows.
Great moments in sport, that was.
yes. Whatever happened next.
Exactly.
Rossi looks over his shoulder and he sees 5 seconds behind him. This battle. It's pretty stagnant, but no, it's going to be close. Alex Crivier's got 2 more corners to go. Rossi has got 1 more corner to go. I think that Abe might be able to hold off Alex Crivier. Valentino Rossi does the hat-trick in 2001. 3 wins, a 100% record, and the guy is going to disappear. It's called style because it never goes out of fashion. Abe gets 2nd place. 3rd goes to Alex Crivier, rousing the local fans. The guy is a hero, he's a genius, and he's won the Spanish Grand Prix.
And Alex Crivier's body language and reaction in 3rd place tells you that that is almost as good as winning the Grand Prix. Hasn't been on the rostrum for nearly a year. You've got to go back to that win in